Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are talking about Sofi Technologies SOFI stock. In this video, we will be analyzing 3 articles, to where the first one is titled, Sofi Stock Alert, SCOTUS Strikes Down Student Loan Relief Plan. And don't worry, if you already know about this news, we have 2 other articles just so everyone is caught up, because we're going to talk about why Sofi Technologies stock rose this week just to pull back after this good news, and then finally, we're going to discuss exactly at what price point we should actually be buying Sofi Technologies at. What is their actual worth? So if you are a long-term investor and you're a Sofi stock bull, let's talk about the magic number that you need to buy Sofi stock at to make a lot of profits going forward. So we're going to be going over their latest news updates. We'll talk a little bit about their upcoming earnings report in August. We'll talk about the details concerning what analysts, professionals, and experts think about this overall company and just how high or low it could potentially go. So for more videos on Sofi Technology stock, don't forget to go and annihilate that like button right now, comment your thoughts down below, subscribe if you are new, don't forget to become a member of this channel for as little as 99 cents per month because that's what keeps me here on YouTube, but if you can't afford 99 cents, don't worry, by subscribing you will receive this content for absolutely free. But with that being said, I say let's jump right into today's stories. Sofi Technologies, as you probably already know, is a fintech company or a financial technology company that operates as a digital bank. Right now they trade for around $8.55, while on the lower end analysts believe the company could fall to as low as $3, which in my opinion is absolutely preposterous. And on the higher end, other positive experts believe this company could surge up to $14, which is somewhat disconnected from their overall fundamentals, but it's far more plausible than the company dropping to $3, which is absolutely just ridiculous. We'll talk more about their overall price targets and price forecasts later in the video when we talk about the prime average cost to have for this company and how aggressively it could either pull back or surge. You probably already know that Sofi Technologies has been in the news multiple times due to the Supreme Court striking down President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, which could cancel up to $20,000 per individual worth of federal student loan debt. However, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of 6-3 out of 9, blocking this plan and striking it down. Their main conclusion was that President Biden overstepped his constitutional power and needs Congress approval before doing something like this. And this has positively impacted Sofi Technologies because they actually started their business with student loan refinancing, and I'll tell you just how much this is going to benefit them. Sofi Technologies' student loan origination volume totaled around $525 million, representing 15% of its overall origination volume. However, the $525 million actually represents a 50% decline compared to their average volume just for student loans. However, ever since the federal student loan moratorium came out, this decreased the overall amount of originations and therefore revenue Sofi could acquire and obtain through student loan refinancing. But now Sofi Technologies is going to be able to generate loads of revenue from this particular segment now that the student loan moratorium is ending. Although the Supreme Court decision was a major blow to the Biden administration, as his election campaign touted the student loan debt cancellations and how it was going to go through, following the decision, President Biden said that he is not done fighting yet, and he wants to see what he can do regarding student loan debt. Now, you all probably already know my personal take on this, and I personally have around $50,000 left of student loans. But considering that I was the one who took out and borrowed money, and I signed a contract saying that I would pay this money back, there's no way I'm going to expect anyone else to pay this debt for me. And I especially don't want the government to pay this debt, and I don't want to put that burden on anyone else. But let's jump back to Sofi Technologies, which if you have student loans, feel free to sign up for student loan refinancing, or at least find a student loan refinancer that can lower your overall interest rates that you will be paying on your federal student loans. Overall, this was great news for Sofi Technologies, which caused the share price initially to jump by around 5% higher, but since then it has actually pulled back a little bit. But Sofi is still sitting pretty with around 85% gain year to date, and with the resumption of the student loan payments happening in October, this is going to further fuel their overall fundamentals and reflect very positively on their upcoming report. which we will talk more about in the next article. I also want to say that Politico reported that the Education Department has finalized a quote-unquote safety period for borrowers. The safety period will provide 90-day grace periods for people trying to pay back their overall student loans. So if you end up missing a payment, even though it's resuming, those missed payments will be placed on forbearance and not negatively impact your overall credit, which to me is actually a pretty good move. So now let's talk about some of the catalysts that are happening. Well, first I want to say that the overall stock market is doing very well, and that's why SoFi is up around 2.64% as of right now. The stock market has been up as much as 13.6% during the week, with the S&P 500 up, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gaining, and the NASDAQ Composite also building value. So this is very good news to see all of these indices performing very well. So now let's take a step back to see just how high SoFi stock can actually go right now, especially since they're only trading at around an $8 billion market cap. The company said that they have lost around $300 million worth of revenue since the student loan moratorium actually was implemented. This means we could anticipate around $100 million more per year in regards to SoFi Technologies pertaining to their student loan refinancing business, which is going to radically impact their overall revenue positively on their earnings reports at the end of 2023 and going into 2024. SoFi's second quarter earnings report will happen around August 10th, and that's when we're going to obtain more details regarding the broader impact of this overall decision from the Supreme Court, as well as where the overall macroeconomic economy is at, and we'll also be able to forecast what this company's share price should be in the future pertaining to their most up-to-date revenue and earnings per share growth, so I can't wait for that to happen. But in the meantime, what should investors do with the stock? Should they buy, hold, or sell? Well, that's an excellent question, which we will answer right now, depending on the overall average cost basis, your own risk tolerance, your investing strategy, and multiple other variables, which is why I would encourage you personally to do your own research. Because since I don't know you and your portfolio and your risk tolerance and your variables individually, I can only give you general knowledge. But it's up to you to still do your own due diligence to make sure that this is applicable to you personally. So as of right now, SoFi Technologies has had a lot of positive news updates, and we could see a very impressive increase in their overall revenue thanks to the resumption of student loan payments happening in October, and I personally am very bullish on SoFi Technologies. However, I am not buying more right now. I treat SoFi Technologies as a fantastic long-term investment, but I want to obtain shares at the lowest price I could possibly get them at. And since their share price has experienced significant gains as of late, I actually want to wait for this company to cool off a little bit before I decide to invest again. As of right now, I would think it would be best for investors, especially if you're a long-term investor such as myself, to ease off on buying SoFi Technologies right now, wait for it to cool off, and then buy at lower prices. SoFi Technologies is red hot with year-end momentum coming in, profitability potentially happening at the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024, and investor confidence right now seems to be building rather high, except this is why I am more hesitant than other investors right now, because looking back, SoFi Technologies and their SOFI stock surged from $4.50 all the way up to $10 in mid-June, and I think that was too much ground gained too fast, meaning that they built value so quickly that their fundamentals didn't have time to catch up to this. So clearly we've experienced very extreme short-term optimism, but I'm a long-term investor, so I'm looking for them to achieve profitability, and then once they achieve profitability, then I will invest more into this overall company. As of right now, I have less than a 5% portfolio allocation, clocking in at probably around 3% as of right now, but I anticipate to increase that to 4% once they actually achieve profitability, because I'm still waiting for the company to cool off. And once their share price cools off by pulling back in their overall stock price, then I will invest at a lower basis, lowering my average cost and positioning myself for major gains further in the future, because after all, I am a long-term investor, basing my investments off of the fundamentals of a company, not short-term excitement, optimism, or momentum. But I'm glad to see that overall, 2023 has been rather bullish for SoFi Technologies, just like we predicted in prior videos. I've also liked to see how SoFi has been very adaptable and resilient, even despite the regional banking crisis where multiple banks were going out of business. SoFi actually experienced an inflow of customers and deposits, increasing from 7.3 billion up to 10.1 billion. And this shows that investors' confidence in SoFi is at all-time highs, that they feel safe, that their money is guarded, and as you already know, SoFi offers FDIC insurance of up to $2 million. which just further invigorates investors and depositors to flow into this company. As of right now, I think patience is key for investors to keep in mind that this company is trading at a rather high price point, and it would be wise for investors to wait for this company to pull back between $6 to $7 and then reinvest back into this company. Honestly, it's not if this company will pull back, it's a matter of when, because it will pull back. That's just how stocks work. But if you have a good long-term position in this company and you have a low average cost, feel free to do what you think is best. For me, I am still very bullish on the long-term outlook of SoFi Technologies, but I'm not going to buy anymore until the company drops between $6 to $7. Then I'll start to accumulate shares, especially after they become profitable. So in the meantime, I'm going to rate this company as a hold rating, meaning we should not buy nor sell this company until the company becomes profitable or drops below $6 to $7. But I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments about your future price prediction for this particular company. With that being said, don't forget to become a member of this channel for as little as 99 cents. Smash the like button if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Subscribe for more videos just like this one. And with that being said, I will see you in the next YT video.